Hello everyone, I'm Pastor Brett Finster. I'm one of the associate pastors here at Rock Harbor Church in Bakersfield, California. And today I want to talk about a few current events and some things that are going on and some things that I ran across. And recently one of the things I ran across was this game called Goat Simulator. And it seems like no big deal, and it's made for ages, I believe, 9 and up. And when you look at it, you think it's just, you get to act like a goat and go around and be a goat. But once you start getting into the game and realizing is that there's a part in the game where you find a pentagram. And what you do is you drag 5 human beings there and sacrifice them to achieve the devil goat achievement. This is satanic. This is targeted at our kids. And a lot of parents may have absolutely no idea because they think it's just some little cute goat game and it's safe, but they introduce some satanic ritual into it. And this is what Satan does. He goes after the most vulnerable. He goes after the weakest link. And so he's attacking our children, just like we see all throughout society. So this is something that we as parents must be aware of, because messing around in this stuff can lead to all sorts of things. You're opening the door. And that's what happens is people allow Satan in and his minions in, and he'll go and take as much ground as you give him. And we must remember that, and we must not give him an inch. See, this is opening up the door to the demonic, just like playing with tarot cards or a Ouija board and things like that. We don't mess around with these things because there's real evil and real power behind it, but it's evil power. It's evil at its core. And so we must protect our youth, we must protect our children, and we must, again, keep standing up and fighting against this evil, and we cannot back down, and we must be aware. We can't bury our heads in the sand. We can't turn a blind eye to these things. This is serious stuff, and this is what happens. Usually it's 4 different ways or so that people get attacked or have demonic influence and different things in their life. And it's either they're messing around in the occult, they're messing around with Ouija boards, or messing around with something like that. Maybe they brought in some kind of idol or something into their house. Or maybe they're hanging around some people that are involved in the occult or involved in Wicca or something like that. Then the last thing that can happen, you can be harassed if you're trying to help someone get out of that lifestyle, because of course Satan does not want to let go of that person. If you're trying to help him get out of that lifestyle, he wants to come after you. And when it comes to that, you just must continue to resist and keep pushing through, and he will flee. But again, guys, this is something to be aware of. This is something that is very serious, and we must be mindful and keep a lookout at what our children are watching, what our children are doing, what our children are doing on YouTube, what they're doing on video games and things like that, because they might think, oh, it's no biggie, it's no big deal. I mean, a lot of these video games are very violent and graphic and everything else, and it's desensitized a lot of people. So again, we must be mindful of that. Now, there's a few other things I want to talk about. Another thing is I want to show a video of a girl that built an altar to her abortion. This is sick, and this is about as evil as it can get. So we'll go ahead and watch that video.
Building an altar for your abortion can be a really cathartic procedure. I like to always have a candle going on my altar, so there's always light within the darkness. I also really like to add the abortion pills themselves to the altar to really bless the pills that we're going to be taking into our bodies during this process. And place the container of which you plan to put the products of conception or the fetal remains within, to catch that after you've passed it, and save it for later when we find a way to bury or otherwise to where we find a way to properly dispose of the fetal remains in a way that gives reverence and respect and support to this sacred abortion experience.
Again, guys, this is about as evil and satanic as you can get. And this is how evil the world has gotten, okay? we are past the point of Sodom and Gomorrah. We are so evil. We are doing the most insane, absolutely gruesome, disgusting, evil things. And she says in one part of the video that she was blessing the pills that were going to kill her baby. Think about what she's saying. And then I believe in another part she says something at the end about, doing something and have some respectful burial or something for the remains. What are you talking about, lady? You are so whacked out and so in Looney Town and so removed from reality and drenched in evil and darkness that you don't even know what you're talking about. You literally are talking about sacrificing your child. This is no different than sacrificing their child to Molech and things like that. I mean, this is what we're seeing in this world, and this is what we must stand up against, guys. We cannot sit by and act like nothing's going on. This is a time to be serious. This is a time to be about the Lord's business more than ever, because we know He's got to be coming soon, and He could come at any time. The rapture could come at any moment. And I hope that we did not miss out on our opportunities to stand up and do what God is wanting us to do. So please think about that. What is God calling you to do? What does He want you to do? What is your defining moments that He has for you? Don't miss out on that. We will be rewarded for these things. Do not fear man. Okay, we cannot fear man. I've said this before. Fear of man leads you to sin. Fear of God keeps you from sin. It keeps you on the right path and keeps you doing what you need to be doing. Another thing I want to talk about is, maybe you've seen this, they're wanting us to eat bugs. And you see, they want to get us away from meats and chicken and beef and pork because of climate change, they say. And it's nothing but a hoax, but they want to instill fear in everyone. So of course they're pushing this, and now they're wanting to push us to eating insects. And it's very funny because Paul told Timothy that in the latter days they're going to restrict what you eat. It's actually amazing if you read the scripture. 1 Timothy 4, if you go through that verses 1, I think, through 4, around in there, you'll see it. And it's amazing to see just once again that the scriptures prove themselves true. And we see that over and over again. So again, they're trying to get us away from that. And what is another reason they're doing this? It's to make us weak, to get us off of meat, the nutrition and things that we need from that, and the vitamins and everything. And they want to supplement us with insects and plant-based food. And this plant-based stuff isn't good for you if you really look into it and what they're putting in it. And it's like they make it in a lab. It's horrible stuff, right? But that's what they want. They want to make a society that they can control. They want to make a society that is full of fear. And so this is what we are seeing. So Natural News wrote this article, and it says major companies are quietly adding insects to their food products, implementing a goal to establish by the World Economic Forum that seeks to have humans eat bugs as one of its purported keys to a sustainable planet. Listen to that again. Sustainable. It's the buzzword they use over and over. And I used to be, before I was a pastor, I was in farming. I did small scale farming as well as what I was in, and what I was doing direct sales. And all these farms, all of them and everything, and there are a lot of them that were the size and the model and things that we were using and doing were a bunch of hippy-dippy type of people, and they would always love to use sustainable. So you hear that word over and over again. Further investigation into the Actually Foods parent company, Intimo Farms, shows it's on a mission to make cricket-based foods the first choice for individuals interested in high-quality, sustainable protein. And they actually produce whole roasted crickets in a variety of flavors, in addition to cricket protein powder. So they have these cheddar cheese puffs now with cricket powder, some kind of cricket flour or something in them, and they're putting this into the food. This is insanity, guys. This is what we're coming to. Basically what's going on here, it goes on and talks about too, is the globalist World Economic Forum goal is seeking to one day rid humans of nutrient-dense meat proteins and shift them onto insects and plant-based diet. Okay, so guys, this is what we're seeing again. This is insanity, right? What's going on? They want to get us to a plant-based and insect-based meatless society is what they're doing. So why are they doing this? Well, for control. They want to control the world population. You have to have, if you want to control the world population, you have to have food control. You have to own the food, right? Because people have to eat to make people weak. Also, by giving people giving people a possible chance of getting diseases and getting sick and ill from this. Because they want to make you weak, they want to make you sick, they want to kill you off because population's getting too big. We got to get rid of all the useless mouth feeders, basically, is what they're wanting. They say that crickets may carry, another thing is they say that crickets may carry pathogens that can affect humans and animals. So I believe the study was, they did a study in 2019 where they analyzed 700 different insect farms, from household farms, insect farms, and some other things. And when they did this, they found that 80% of them had parasites. Yeah, 80%. And I believe it was another 30% of that too that were parasites that could actually make humans and things sick and ill and things like that. Guys, that's what they're doing. That's the whole goal of this. They want to rid the population. They want to get rid of the mouth feeders, right? The useless mouth feeders. Let's get rid of them. The people that are useless to society. But you know that the elites will not be eating any of this stuff, right? No, the elites will still be eating their meats. The elites will still be eating their beef and all that. It's us peasants that are going to be eating insects. And that's what they want to do. They can control us, right? It just shows they play their hands out, right? They tell us what they're going to do. And we must stand up against this. We must resist this evil. Again, guys, they want to make us weak, right? They want to make us sick, and they want to kill us off. And all three of those, right? The first one, they make us weak. They can control you. They control the food. They make you weak. You're dependent on them. They make you sick. You're dependent on them, right? You're dependent on them. I need help. I'm sick. Everything else, right? And then lastly, they want to kill off the useless and get rid of it because, oh, the population's getting too big. Again, we see this play out, and here is another thing. And this has been going on for a while, apparently. They've been planning this and looking into this and getting this out. And so I believe right now they have crickets out, and next they're looking at mealworms, and it's going to go on and on, guys. So again, we'll end it with this. We must take a stand. I'll go back to what I said earlier. These are defining moments. These are opportunities that God has given us to be a part of His plan, and He uses us, right? If we don't take that opportunity, someone else will. And it is such a time as this that we must take a stand. We must resist this evil. And we must continue to go out and speak the truth in love and spread the gospel and be about our Lord's business. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys all have a good week, and we'll see you next time. God bless.